Hi there, Commanders! GuardianE here with another pull video in Goddess of Victory, Nikke, and here we have the latest event, a new coin rush event called Golden Coin Rush, featuring two brand new bunnies. We got an alternate version of Soda up first as the first banner, and the second is going to feature Alice. So we are going to go in for Soda here. I'm not going to go crazy or anything, but she looks awesome. I really want her. I like Soda a lot, of course. And she is going to be at the 2% pickup out of 4% SSR rate. Now, she's not limited. She and Alice are not limited versions of alternate characters. And we're probably going to be getting a summer event in the near future. Also, there's probably going to be a collab event later in the year, too, that's also going to be limited. Anniversary is then not going to be far behind. So, long story short, it's a pretty dangerous road ahead as far as resources go. But I have a decent amount saved up. I do really like Soda. And the fact that I've been getting such dry pulls on Order to Recruit off of my wish list lately has made me rethink about pulling for some of these characters, even though they're not limited, and I can wish list them later. So let's get into it. Let's just get started. Again, I'm not going to go super crazy on this one, but I do really want her. So we're going to give it the old college try. Once again, you know, Lady Luck has not been kind to us in the recent couple of months. I'm hoping that may change today. Let's see. Oh, okay. SSR out of the gate. Come on, that would be amazing. If we get our first pull, we're stopping. I'm not going deeper than that. My luck has been oh, we got 2-in-1. Okay, we got 2-in-1 multi. So my luck has been so atrocious in the past. I've dumped and wasted so many tickets and vouchers. If we get redemption here, it's gonna feel real nice. It's gonna feel real nice. Can we get redemption? Tetra! Oh, this could be her. This could be her. Come on, please, 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 please. Yes! Okay! We are getting our bunny right away. Look at that little pose. That's so cute. Some people I know have had issues with the fact that they did kind of an art style change. I think it's a different artist. I think she's super cute. And I know some people were also complaining that she's wearing sneakers. I mean, I think the sneakers are a cute fit. I personally love heels, but the sneakers I think are very fitting for her too. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Hey, Anis, that's great. And we've got another gold along the way. I already forgot. I think it was number 9. I've already lost track of where we are on this, but that's brilliant. Finally, we get a win. It has been so long since we've gotten a win in Nikke. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. And next up is Tetra. Could it be a double? It sure could. Oh man, that you know what? What better event could there be to get a hit of luck than on the coin rush, right? Lucky bunnies everywhere, you know? It's really fitting, and I am very grateful. RNG have mercy on us today, and we did get 2 copies of Soda in our first multi. I'm not wasting. So again, I'm sorry for the. It's not going to be a long pull session, but I mean, look, I've got resources, but be careful with your resources. These characters are awesome looking, and they actually look pretty strong too. Soda looks like she's pretty key for a shotgun team in kind of reviving that archetype as a whole. So again, Soda, Twinkling Bunny, Tetra, and part of Maid For You. So interestingly enough, they kept her in Maid For You despite her being an alt, so she's not part of 777. And that does mean that, of course, she doesn't necessarily synergize with Blanc, right? So in order to participate in the Tetra Golden Chip event, Soda ends up donning a bunny outfit. Unsure if the outfit will bring her good luck, she will nonetheless do her best for Maid For You. And of course, here she is, looking lovely. Obviously, she's gripping the top of the bunny suit for dear life as she does a little bunny hop as part of her animation. Very, very cute, and obviously those luscious curves all over the place are a sight to behold. Now, I know some people have called attention to this suspicious-looking pink device by her hip. It's my understanding that it's like a badge, or maybe just a pager or something like that, so don't get your minds out of the gutter, people. And here is her shooting pose. She's got a little bit of a dopey grin going on, but again, I think it's cute. Looks like she's resting the ample swell of her bust up against the stock of the gun. There she is in the shooting pose. I actually really like the crossed ankles. It's a unique shooting pose while she's on her knees. The tears in the stockings, definitely quite tasty. Just a very alluring view overall with that recoil, creating some lovable bounce in all the right places. And there's the reload. There's that reload animation too. Yeah. Yeah, pressing the stock up against her curves, and then again with the actual reload motion, actually kind of jostles them a bit, which is again really enticing, really alluring. So yeah, I really like, I dig it. I dig her shooting animation and her shooting pose too. Really nice. And then of course you can aim all over the place to get a look at all of the angles. But yeah, I think they did a great job with the pose. I have no complaints about it. Oh, look at the chibi! She's like striking a pose. Oh, you know, I guess this is actually supposed to be the art pose. It's just that the chibi can't like grab the top of the top there to mirror it exactly, but it's kind of the same. And then the walk animation, I love the ears bouncing. It's super cute. Taking some shots with the recoil, the hair flowing back. Okay, reload. Yep, checking the chamber. Very good. Stun. Bracing herself with the gun. Talk 1. Beautiful weather we're having. A perfect day for cleaning. Very sweet. So I haven't gone into the actual story proper. I'm eager to do so. It looks fun. Again, Maid For You times, I guess, Coin Rush. It seems like a fun time, and they have like a whole map and everything set up for it. So it's pretty elaborate. It's pretty elaborate for just kind of an event before summer. But yeah, it's looking great. And this update also dropped like a ton of different quality of life improvements. There's Mog 2.0, and here we're gonna take her for a spin, take her for a practice run. I'm busting out just a shotgun team, not the best shotgun team. I'm missing a couple of key components to an ideal shotgun team, but that being said, doing the best that we can here, just to check everything out. And that burst animation is incredible. What a lucky coin. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I do definitely want to get her maximum broken at some point to get that rotating in the lobby, but yeah. And while we're doing this, let's take a look at her kit and her skills. Alright, so here's her kit. Skill 1, Lucky Golden Chip, activates at the start of battle, effect self, number of golden chip stacks up 50. So it does revolve around the number of golden chip stacks that she gets. I think her entire kit kind of synergizes and revolves around that. After casting 3 normal attacks during full burst time, effect self, golden chip critical damage up 1.32% continuously, stacks up to 50 times. So up to, effectively, 50% critical damage. Activates after casting 3 normal attacks during full burst time. Affects self and 1 ally unit with the highest attack except caster. Attack damage up 10.51% for 2 seconds as well. Skill 2 activates when entering burst stage 3. Affects all allies. Additional effects triggered according to the number of golden chip stacks. Previous effects trigger repeatedly. Stage 1, when you have 10 stacks or above. Time extension of the burst. Active during full-time burst. Stage 2, 20 stacks or more. Time extension of full burst up another 3 seconds. Active during time burst. And then activates when casting a normal attack during full time. Affects 1 enemy unit nearest to the crosshair. Additional effects triggered according to the time extension state. Previous effects trigger repeatedly. Stage 1, when in time extension 1 state, deals 52% of final attack as damage, and stage 2 deals 85% of final attack as damage. So interestingly enough, piles on additional final attack damage, also extends the full burst time, which is a pretty unique mechanic. Now what that means is that she may not necessarily fit perfectly in certain teams where she's extending the burst, but the actual buffs for the full burst are not extended through that entire period of time. So you're getting, like an extra 5 seconds. It's kind of similar to the whole Modernia issue where her full burst goes an extra 5 seconds, but by the end of the burst, you're losing a bunch of buffs that you would have had leading up to the burst from other Burst 1 and Burst 2 mechanics, right? Now, speaking of Burst 3, her Burst 3 Onward Soda activates when using Onward Soda. Additional effects triggered according to the number of golden chip stacks. Previous effects trigger repeatedly. Number of golden stacks down by 17 after the effect is applied. So the burst actually uses the stacks, whereas the skill 1 replenishes the stacks as she attacks. So stage 1 affects all enemies, deals 628% of final attack as damage. Stage 2 activates when number of golden chip stacks is 20 or above, affects self, hit rate up 39% for 15 seconds. So for the entire duration of her burst activation, she's going to have increased hit rate, and as a shotgun unit, that's actually really useful. useful, because that does actually decrease the pellet spread by a pretty decent margin. And Stage 3 activates when the number of golden chip stacks is 30 and above, affects self, attack up over 60% for 15 seconds. So once again, getting a ton of buffs to herself for the duration of that 15 seconds, so it works really well to have that burst extension. But for certain characters where, again, their burst 3 buffs or the buffs that they get when going into burst 3 are limited to, you know, the 10 seconds or so, she doesn't necessarily work with them perfectly. Now, it is worth noting that they dropped 2 skins along with this event. Both of them are tied to different passes, so the current pass that is available is Mary. Mary with Medical Rabbit here, dressed in this this scintillating bunny suit modified with some transparency. Definitely got a little bit more exposure than the average bunny suit, and she wears it incredibly well. Blue is also an amazing color on her. The blue and white, very, very attractive. And the tap animation is... Oh, God. Oh, man. I love that she has her eyes open just a little bit before she starts, because she knows exactly what she's doing. She grips her ears up top and then lets them dangle and sway freely and beautifully. That sound effect? Do you hear that sound effect? Amazing. And then the cotton ball tail, too, also does a little bounce behind her, too, as she does a wiggle. Oh, Mary. You know, somebody at Shift Up loves Mary. She gets a lot of love. It's deserved love. But yeah, I definitely appreciate. Definitely a Mary fan. And Folkvang too, getting a skin, her first skin at that. Moist Rabbit. The navy blue looks really awesome on her. It is effectively a traditional bunny suit, but you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, she wears it really well. Obviously, she has those outstanding proportions, being a fitness Nikke, and then with the tap animation, she... So obviously, Folkvang prone to overheating. So at the little buzz on the vibration of the badge that's down here, she gets startled, drops an ice cube on herself, gets pleasantly surprised at the cooling sensation, decides to just dump the rest of the cup on her. Right down that lovely cleavage. So yeah, I think, again, really fantastic design. I've always really liked Folkvang. I feel like she's kind of underutilized. Obviously, she has that whole sweat gimmick that's not terribly deep or anything, but I think they can build upon her character just in a different event that features the fitness crew. Maybe when Romani drops. Yeah, I think they could definitely utilize her and expand on her character, but those curves, those shapely legs encased in those stockings look phenomenal, even as the water's dripping down her bunny suit and across them too, leaving almost like a glossy glisten across them too, is just really attractive. And then the shooting animation here, an unadulterated view, gotta love it, the ribbons bouncing, the ears too, and the little cottontail. What more can you ask for? Gotta love it. So yeah, honestly, I'm probably gonna pick up the Folkvang one too, just because I do like Folkvang. And then again, Mary's is magnificent. They did drop the whole collection/present system with the treasures or what have you, or the favorites. I guess they rebranded it. So I definitely want to dive into this, but these are going to be ways to basically enhance and add combat power to your Nikke through a variety of gifts that you can kind of attach to them, and then you can upgrade them for the 4 key Nikke that have a specific favorite items that they dropped as almost like refinements or weapon refinements, or you can think of them as ways to just boost older underutilized Nikke. And so you know, let's go ahead and open these. We may as well. I don't even know what I'm looking for here. It looks like they're all the same rarity that I would be getting. So what do we get? We got the napping commander doll. We got the shopping commander doll. Nice, okay. And we got the exercising commander doll. All right. So rocket launcher. So it looks like they are tied to specific weapon types. So it's not like you can misplace them. I think you basically whatever type you have to use. And I think there is a combination mechanic where you can combine the dolls to make an SR version, which I guess is what you're supposed to do to get the favorites. So we got to dive into this a lot more. And then here is the Golden Coin Rush map. I love it. Honestly, I think it's great to get an inside look. They talk about the Coin Rush all the time, and to finally be able to come in here and take a visit and walk around and check out all of the scenery, the sights, the slot machines, and everything else is just really fun. It's just really fun. I'm glad that they decided to do it. It's pretty great. I love it. I can't wait to explore. Can't wait to go through the story. I'm also, of course, super psyched to see Memory of Goddess make a return. So I guess EX, the new version of Memory of Goddess, that was found, recovered, and modded by Exia, it looks like. So gonna have some stark improvements and differences, I think. Maybe, actually definitely new characters. And frankly, I think they could just keep building on this, because I feel like they've struck gold with this mode. I absolutely love it. So now, in line with that, they did actually expand the Tactics Academy, finally, after how long? Since launch, basically. I've got 3 whole new classes. I think it was 3, maybe 4. But basically classes that will, it seems like it'll increase interception reward chances a little bit, as well as provide more sync slots, as well as provide more of an opportunity from the dispatch to get those collection items, the treasure items, favorite items, whatever they are. So yeah, expanding this is great and definitely a welcome addition. Also, any players logging in probably noticed a giant boost in their combat power to their Nikke and teams, largely because they ended up modifying how the combat power operates. It actually does take into account harmony cubes as well as overload equipment, which it didn't before, which results in a ginormous boost to everybody. Quite frankly, those things probably should have already been taken into account with the combat power to begin with. But that being said, them fixing it now is pretty huge. Actually, a pretty clever way for them to kind of reduce the combat power requirements across the board from campaign, tribe tower, and everything else just by making that adjustment. And it really does make a huge difference. I think people are going to be making huge strides in both of those to the extent that they were stuck at any point. So that is nice. Alright, so that's going to do it for our pulls and quick showcase of Bunny Soda. I know people always want to see more pulls, but I mean, come on, I've been getting really screwed lately. I gotta walk away with a win sometimes, right? So that's gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna pull for Alice or not, I haven't decided yet. But if you also ended up pulling for Bunny Soda, let me know how you did down below. Best of luck to you. Hope you got all of the copies that you needed in your first multi. Hopefully you're all enjoying the event. I can't wait to dig into it. I'm gonna get into it right now, actually. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, let's defend that outpost.